All right, so welcome to the last of our Qigong summer school classes that will happen in the actual summer. We will have one more in September where we will go over the Taoist 5 Yin organ Qigong. So feel free to mark your calendars for that. I think it's on the 24th of September. And today we are practicing the 8 section brocade, the Ba Duan Jin Qigong. So not much introduction is required, but just for posterity, just to have it on the video and in the course, I'll give you a little brief introduction to this Qigong practice, and then we will dive right in and practice together for a few minutes. So 8 section brocade is one of the oldest and thus most venerable or venerated Qigong in the history of Chinese Qigong. So what's cool about this is 8 section brocade has always been part of my Qigong instructor training because my feeling is that all of these different schools of Qigong that you'll interact with, they all know what the 8 section brocade is. It has this very long history, and there are Taoists who do the 8 section brocade Qigong and Buddhists who do the 8 section. I'm sure there's Confucians who do the 8 section brocade Qigong. I'm not as educated about that part. There are martial artists who have their version of it, and then there are healing traditional Chinese medicine practitioners who have their version of it. So it's this highly esteemed, highly aged Qigong practice. And as we know with a lot of things in life, usually things don't last that long unless there's something to them. So this was the primary Qigong that my Sifu Steve Baugh, taught us. And the way he taught, one of the things he taught about this Qigong is that it's kind of the baseline that you want. So if you went and did other practices, like sometimes I coach people who went and tried to do a meditation retreat, and sometimes you come out and you're a little bit haywire because anything that is powerful enough to change you also, has some cautions that are come along with it. But in those instances, traditionally, in our tradition at least, the 8 section brocade Qigong is one of the ones that is recommended to rebalance the energy body, or you could say the psyche, the meridians, however you choose to think about that, to bring you back into that state of harmony and flow. We also sometimes use this particular Qigong for martial artists because, as I learned way back when I was taking a Japanese jiu-jitsu class, sometimes there's, in my experience and opinion of it, there's something to this kind of like meridian strikes things. Nobody was intending to do that, but you get your wrists wrenched enough or your elbows wrenched enough, and then the whole limb goes haywire, or you'll get a pain somewhere else. And because this practice, it's just stretching out these entire sort of continuities in your fascia and your connective tissue, which some theorists believe is where the meridians run. You're doing that in this sequential way through the whole body. It's said to clear these stagnations in the qi, in the meridian body, and basically undo the damage that you might have done through being sort of struck in a martial arts class. And then that carries over as well to if you fell off your bike, or if you got slammed in rugby, all the same thing. You don't have to be practicing a traditional martial arts. So that's just a little bit of the value of this Qigong as I see it. You can read up a little bit on the history. I highly recommend the book by Dr. Yang Jwing-Ming on the 8 section brocade. His version is not the exact same version that we'll do here, but you can see the similarities, and he translates a classic text related to the 8 section brocade Qigong. And so you can kind of see some of the traditional style that gets handed down in these various lineages as they bifurcate and they make their own, or they reveal a secret teaching related to it. You can kind of see the some of the cores that were written down in these pith formats, as many ancient practices were. So with that said, it's 11:12 Pacific time on a Sunday, and let's make a hurricane of qi by practicing the Ba Duan Jin Qigong. So find your spot, and we'll do our traditional openings from this Lohan Lineage. So the feet come together, and we give our traditional salute. The right hand makes a fist, The left hand is open and you cover the fist with the palm. And bow. This symbolizes sharing from the heart. And then we circle back and it shows that we're all connected in that heart. Bring your feet shoulder width apart and we practice the 3 Qi awakening exercises. From here, we're going to inhale up, connecting with heaven. And exhale down, bringing the hands down to your center of gravity. Inhale up, connecting. And exhale. What does this mean, connecting with heaven? It means just visualize there was no ceiling. You reached into the clear sky, maybe above the clouds, and you were bringing down all that clarity and luminosity to nourish your body and mind. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And 1 more time. And down. Second one, connecting with earth. You imagine your feet grow into tree roots. They grow down into the earth below you. And you're going to inhale and imagine now you're bringing that stability and support from the earth up into your body. So you inhale it up and exhale it down. Inhale and exhale. And 2 more times. And 1 more time. The third exercise, called opening the heart. Palms up, you come to the heart. Pause the breath as you expand, and then exhale like you're radiating your heart out into the world. So you inhale, coming to the heart. Pause the breath. The heart grows and expands, and then radiate out in every direction. Inhale, pause, and shine. 2 more times. And 1 more time. Good. And relax down. Okay, we start with the lubricating the joints warm up. So hands up, we're going to circle our wrists. And I always encourage, this is a great chance to practice the inner smile Qigong. So if you like, you can actually make a slight smile on your face. But the essence is like you're sending good vibes into the parts of the body that you're moving. So it's just like you're like, hey, wrists, thanks for wristing all these years. You can smile to your fingers, to your hands. We're just opening and awakening. Okay, reverse directions. And the trick with these inner meditations, like the inner smile, is that you are prioritizing your attention. You're prioritizing on, good feelings, calm and ease. And we actually train our brains to make those more prevalent in our lives the more we practice. So then elbows, we just send that smile to the elbow. Whatever you think, gratitude or ease or blessings or good vibes, however you like to think of it. And then switch directions, waking up the elbow. The joints are said to be where the energy gates of the body are. And so before even going into such a basic and opening Qigong as the 8 brocades, we also pre-open the body so that these meridian energies can flow, as well as so that our physical body is all toned and primed. Let's take our shoulders and roll them back. And take our shoulders and roll them back. And I like to do this one by actually trying to get my chest to fold and then open, chest to fold and open. You don't have to put your hand here, but you could if you want. Some schools will actually have their hands here so they can actually feel that chest open and close. And this is going to help keep a joint in your rib cage working that tends to stop working as we get older. Okay, then reverse. So now the shoulders come up and forward. Now we're going to work this. Obviously, my shoulder blades are traveling up and down the spine. This is going to help my shoulder blades to get in the right place, or not up and down the spine, but up and down my ribs. But I really like to work. It's a joint where your ribs attach to your sternum. And then there's also one on the back that we're working with this particular movement. Couple more. And relax. Step your feet out a little wider. And you're going to take one hand behind your back. The other hand is going to circle up And then turn the waist a little bit and send that arm back behind you as far as you can reach comfortably. So you go up and stretch back. And we're opening the shoulder, but we're also opening the waist. And then let your eyes follow that thumb as you go. And this will also open up the neck and even the subtle muscles where your eyes connect to the function of your neck bones. One more time. Here we go. And back. Then we'll reverse direction. So coming up behind you and down in front. Up behind, down in front. I like to coordinate the breath, so I inhale up behind and exhale down in front. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Switching sides, put that one behind your back, and the other arm comes up and back. We get a little turn of the waist. Your weight might shift side to side a bit. That's just fine. And turning the head to follow that hand. Even turning the eyes to keep sight of your thumb. Let's do 1 more. And then we'll reverse it. And 1 more time. Good. Step in, shoulder width. And let's take your, I'll mirror you. So take your right hand and go ahead and put that on your back. We'll take the left hand up and just give yourself a little side stretch with the head. Just a couple breaths here. And then go ahead and bring that back up. We'll switch arms and other side. Good. Stack your head up on top. And then we're going to make a very small circle with the head, like you were trying to circle on those uppermost vertebrae in your neck. So almost like you were trying to get movement where the neck meets the skull. Okay, then reverse. Excellent. Then we're going to twist the body side to side. So go ahead and just let your whole spine twist. And you can do this motion with the arms if you like. It's called ringing the temple gong. And it just happens by letting your arms be very relaxed. And so they swing. Your inner smile will go to the inner organs, which are being wrung like sponges, as well as to the spine. The muscles of your waist should be loosening up a little bit. This is just a very easy swing of the body. Feel free to turn the eyes as you go. This will keep the mobility moving in your neck. Good. Let that slow down and finish. Then placing the hands on your hips, and we'll take the upper body around in a circle. So the lower body basically stays stationary, and the upper body goes around in a circle, warming up the muscles of your abdomen, of your lower back, the ligaments down in your sacrum. Good. Reverse directions. Great. Bring the feet together, and let's take our hands onto our back, and we will bring the waist in a circle. So now my hips are moving, My head tries to stay relatively in the same place. And this is just a way, you'll probably notice the last one kind of opens up more of these waist muscles. And now this is actually getting down into the ligaments of your sacroiliac joint and more kind of in the realm of your hips. And reverse directions. All right, come down to your knees. Circle the knees one direction. Good, then switch. And come on up. Last one for the sequence. Take one foot back, and we're going to circle the ankle. So we want the ankle moving, but then once you get that, let your standing leg kind of do a sort of Elvis Presley thing so that this whole leg, you can probably see how this actually loosens up my hip a little bit, loosens up my knee a little bit, and the whole body is kind of getting this oscillating motion. Don't exaggerate it too much or you'll look silly, but if you're not concerned about that, then your whole body is sort of getting these waves of relaxation from this movement you're creating down at the ankle. Switch directions. Good, and relax. Other side, circle that ankle. Once you think you've got that going, see if you can make it happen from the standing leg. So the standing leg is kind of pulsing and bending. And it's actually, if you got really specific, which we don't have to today, but it's actually coming from your center, from the dantian. This is part of how they, in martial arts like Tai Chi and things like that, it's how they do their kicking and movement of the legs, is they learn to make the whole body do it rather than just one part. Reverse directions. Excellent. Step your feet back shoulder width. We're going to do pulling down the heavens 3 times using a sigh on the out breath. So you inhale it, exhale and sigh it down. As if you can just release tension out of the body like compost into the earth. Dropping down. One more time. Drop and let go. Let your hands come down by your side. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or have them open only halfway. We'll do 1 minute of mindfulness. So as you stand, just feel your physical body. You may notice some interesting or pleasant sensations from that practice that we just did, but we're not really looking for anything in particular. We're not trying to judge our experience. So the body could be vibrant or tired, pleasurable or painful. We're mostly just trying to get into the mode of noticing, of non-judgmental awareness in the present moment. Take a moment to notice your breath. Notice what parts of you move with the inhale and the exhale. Is the breath full or shallow? Neither one of those is better than the other. We're just noticing. Take a moment to notice your mind. And just notice, are there a lot of thoughts or a few? Are the thoughts or emotions turned up to a high volume or quiet? Just how is it? And then for a moment, see if you can hold in awareness the body, breath, and mind all at the same time. Good. Then when you're ready, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, sigh it out, open the eyes if they were closed. And we'll practice our 8 Brocade Qigong. So, feet shoulder width. The body's been all opened by these joint warming exercises. And we'll go through our set. We'll do about 5 of each of these. In Sifu's class, we would do about 8 of them. And usually the first half of class would take about 40 minutes. We would do opening the joints and 8 Section Brocade. And then he would usually teach an advanced Qigong or a meditation or something at the end of class. I often, for my daily practice, I will do a joint warming or another what I call Huntun Qigong, which the Huntun means the primordial chaos in Taoist philosophy. So it's, like I said, I had a chance to sleep in after missing some sleep for a number of nights. And so I got up and I'm just in a state. And then what I do the lubricating the joints, and it basically sort of puts the body into neutral. Same thing in our last month's classes. What did we do? I think we did the shaking heaven to earth Qigong, where you just shake the body up, and it basically just shakes you out of any patterns or ruts that you're in so that you can come fresh to the practice. And so then what I found in my own practice when I'm doing the 8 Section Brocade as my daily practice, about 5 reps is like the sweet spot. It's the perfect amount, so your Qigong practice doesn't take too long in your day, but it's enough reps that you really feel, in my experience, quite a good effect from these exercises. So that's just a little bit about reps. I also sometimes I'll only do 3, which is a very short Qigong practice, but also if that's what you have time for, you gotta get to the airport or whatever it is, batten down the hatches for Hurricane Hillary. You can do 3 and it's still a really nice just kind of primer for the body. So we'll do 5 today, but that's just a little bit about how you might create your own practice. So feet shoulder width apart. We start with the first exercise, supporting the sky or propping the heavens to regulate the triple warmer. We're going to inhale up the center. Press your hands like they were holding up the ceiling. I'm going to go out of frame a little bit, but I'm still just holding up the ceiling. And then you exhale with this sound, which is he. And you exhale, it's a whispered sound. As the breath comes out through the mouth. So I inhale up the center. Exhaling with the whispered he sound. Inhale. Try to stretch the whole body. Exhale with the sound, which helps, it's said to vibrate out stress and tension. Okay, and our last 2, if you want, as you inhale, you can raise up on the balls of the feet, and that'll really stretch the whole body. And then exhale down. And then let's do one more time. And all the way down. So your triple heaters basically refer to the spaces of your internal organs in the abdomen. This exercise is just stretching all of that open, as well as all of the fascia and meridians of your body. So it's a great one to come first in this traditional sequence. Then we're going to step out, horse stance. As Sifu taught it, you always step with your right in our Qigong practices in this lineage. But as you'll see on camera, I really like to have the Buddha right above my head. I think it makes for a cool scene, so I use both of my feet. So then we're going to go to your left to start. I'll mirror you, so I'm going to go to my right. It doesn't really matter which side you start with, but that's the way I always do it. So that's the way we're going to do it. So starting to your left, we're going to pick up the bow. This is called drawing the bow. And you pull back, and you want to fill your lungs full of breath, so actually puff up your chest. You exhale with an S sound, a whispered S sound out as you sink down. And then you leave the breath out and just your hands come down. Inhaling up to the other side, pull up the bow, then stretch that chest open, fill it up. Exhale with that S sound. Sinking the legs, and then let the hands come down as the breath stays out. Inhale up. Exhale, hiss it. Release the hands. Inhale. Good. Inhale. Imagine a bright white light fills your lungs. Then it gets brighter with that sound. Letting go, like that vibration sound was shining up your internal organs. One more set. Inhale. Fill the lungs with light. And release. And one more time. And release down. Step back in, shoulder width. And then we're on to the stomach and spleen meridian exercise. So this is raise a single arm to regulate the stomach and spleen. Palms up. And this one, you're going to inhale up to your heart. And then I got to catch my breath after talking and doing that long exercise. So we inhale up to the heart. And then you continue to inhale. The right hand's going to go up, the left hand down, until you're in this unifying heaven and earth posture. That's your inhale. On the exhale, the hand comes down, and you're going to use the whoo sound, like you're blowing out the birthday candles, which is said to regulate the stomach and spleen. So other side, we inhale up to the heart. Now the left hand goes up, the right hand goes down. You stretch a little bit. Exhale with the whoo sound. Good. Inhale to the heart. Right hand goes up. Exhale down with the sound. These sounds are just basically different ways of releasing tension from the body. Inhale it up. Left hand continues, still inhaling. Exhale with the sound. Inhale. Right hand. And whoo sound. Inhale. Left hand. We'll do 2 more sets. I'm not sure if that'll be 5 or 6. Doesn't really matter. Inhaling to the heart. Continue to inhale as the hands split. Using the sound. One more set. And last time. And all the way down. Stay with your feet shoulder width. The next exercise is called looking back to relieve the 5 strains and the 7 impairments. Palms come to your dantian, your center of gravity. You're going to inhale and open. Look over your right shoulder. The palms are up, so there's a little fascial stretch in the hands. Maybe try that for a moment. You don't have to look over the shoulder yet, but just to get the idea, if my hands were facing forward, there's not a lot of sort of tension here until you get to the end. But if you coil those thumbs toward the back and then sort of reach out to the sides with your fingers, as my hands go back, as my shoulder blades come together, you'll probably feel all of the connective tissue from the shoulder down getting this little stretch. And then when you do that, as you turn to the right, it'll enhance it through the neck on that side. And then I turn my eyeballs back, which actually helps reprogram your brain to neutral. Then on your exhale, you gather all that back and into the center like you were gathering energy into your body. Okay, so the hands open, the palms go up, They reach out slightly. You turn to look toward the other side and look the eyes especially back. And then gather on an exhale. So let's do it with the breath. Open up, looking to your right. Exhale and gather in, imagining like you were gathering energy and vitality into the center of gravity. Inhale and open, looking to your left. Stretch the eyes. Exhale and gather like you were gathering energy and vitality into the body. Inhale. And exhale, gather. Inhale. Exhale and gather. Sifu never specified that either hand needs to be on top, so I just tend to switch between sets. This time come up on the balls of the feet as you look back, if you can. It's a little more difficult. And you exhale and gather. Nice little test of balance. And same as in that first exercise, it's as if the whole body is stretching and reaching out. And then gather. Like you reached out with the awareness and you're gathering energy from the whole universe back in. One more time, inhale. And gather. And the other side, here we go, inhale. And gather. Release those hands down. Step out to the horse stance, so that right foot again. But again, I'm going to stay right in the middle of my frame here. You're going to hunker down into your horse stance, and this is called shake the head and twist the trunk to extinguish excessive fire from the heart. If you can remember all that by the end of class, you get a gold star. So you hunker down and your pinky side of your hands goes forward. This helps to open the heart meridian on your arms. And then what's going to happen is you're going to bend to one side and begin circling the upper body. And you want to pivot as if there was a little joint right in your solar plexus. So it's not, in this exercise, it's not the biggest circle you can make. It's really trying to work this area right below the heart, which according to this traditional medicine, if you have tension here, it can inflame and give you heart palpitations, make you anxious. So they're trying to massage that tension away. Then if you've got that motion going, you can exhale with the sound for the heart, which is a ha sound. So you're going to exhale a whispered ha, like a sigh. And you can even imagine that that sound is just releasing tension from the heart or the solar plexus or even the back of the heart is where tension is for me today, I think from my workout. After about 5 of those breaths, you'll switch directions and turn. The breaths are not coordinated with the movement on this one, so you're just breathing naturally. And on the exhale, you can use that sigh, that ha sound to clear the meridian of the heart. Try to stay down in your horse stance. The technology of that is, it's felt that if there's a lot of blood flow being pushed to the legs, it actually pulls you down out of your head a little bit to get out of those stress patterns of overthinking. Back into presence. Take your last round, come down in the front, and then roll the spine back up to complete the exercise. Step in, shoulder width. We got just 3 more exercises to go. It's called the 8 Section Brocade because there are 8 sections to it. So this one is for the kidney meridian. It has a few parts. I know that people who are on live have done this before, but I'm just going to demonstrate it first because there's some breath holds in here and such. And so don't worry about following along this first round, just watch the tempo. So what happens? I inhale, my hands come up, and then immediately I pause the breath. So it's inhale, and then I'm holding. What you may feel, hope you weren't holding your breath. I told you not to practice long because now I have to talk at you. What you may feel is that this creates kind of like a mild tension or this feeling of fullness as you do that holding the breath. That's what it's supposed to create, so that as you exhale with the kidney sound, which is chu-a, only whispered, but I don't know, Zoom doesn't always pick up the sounds when I whisper them, so I have to say them out loud. Chu-a. The chu sound, actually it bounces your lower back a little bit when you make this sound. The diaphragm kind of actually hits the top of your kidneys, so it's physically massaging those organs. And then the A sound energetically is said to have this sort of regathering of energy. So you're releasing tension, but you're not, you're releasing tension, and then you pull it back in, which is what these meridians in particular have to do with. So you inhale, you hold, and you exhale with the sound, and you should actually feel a little bit of the tension so that you can release it as you fold forward. And you want to have this feeling like you're blowing that out, but it doesn't go on the floor. Whether you believe there's actual subtle energy in the environment or not, doesn't matter. The mind is very powerful. So you want to imagine I release tension from the body. It just goes down into the center of the earth to be destroyed, turned into compost, recycled, whatever. So you blow down, and then you're going to inhale, and I circle the hands these 3 times, and it's like from all around the world, I'm gathering this fresh new vitality. I exhale it up the back of my legs, pressing the kidneys, and I lift. And then at the end of my exhale, I leave the breath out as I come down. I don't take another breath yet. And I'm going to inhale up. So there's some mild breathwork training in this form. You do a breath hold here on the in, you do a breath hold here on the out, but it's not very long. It's just giving you a beginner's training in how to expand your breath tolerance. So let's give it a try. Follow on best you can now that you've had the introduction. So we're going to inhale up. I hold the breath, the palms come toward each other. The kidney sound chu-a, I blow out. Imagine that tension just lets go, it's off, back into the earth. Then you inhale, circle the hands, like you're gathering vitality from all around. Exhale up the back of the legs, like that earth's energy is pumping up your legs. Press the kidneys, stretch up, gentle back bend, then leave the breath out and slide those hands down. Inhale up. Hold the breath. Exhale the sound. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Big circles, inhale. Exhale up the back of the legs like a fountain of energy from the earth. It fills your low back, your kidneys, your tummy, and then you stretch and lift up. Leave the breath out and hands come down. Inhale. Pause the breath. Kidney sound. Big circles. Exhale up. This is massaging those meridians. Press the kidneys, lift the collarbones up toward the sky, and release down. Okay, 2 more times. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Let go. Inhale, gather. Exhale, fountain up, dragging up the back of those legs. Stretch, like the heart lifts toward the sky. The elbows draw together in the back. Leave the breath out, come down. And 1 more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, circle. Exhale, up. Press, lift, and arch. And release down. 2 more exercises. You're going to step out with that right foot again to the horse stance. This is punching with angry eyes to increase the vigor and increase the chi. It especially helps to release stagnation in the liver meridian. If your acupuncturist ever says, oh no, you got liver chi stagnation, this is the exercise for you to do. So you make a soft fist, which it has a little hole in the middle. It's not your tightest punch a dude in the head fist, because that actually would cause the energy in the body to kind of stagnate here. So you want this loose fist, but not to get too deep into the theory in this intro class, but in Qigong theory, when you gently close, it draws the energy to this hand shape. And what that's doing is, they say the chi stagnation, what it feels like is that there's too much bound up in your center. I don't know if you've ever felt this, if you've had a stressful week or something, but it's just like there's just like pent up energy in you. And as we do this punching exercise, it's said to draw that pent up energy out to the extremities and beyond. First to your hands, and then as you get more advanced, you feel it go down through the feet as well. So let's try it. The punch goes in 4 directions. You use the sound for the liver, which is a shh sound, like you're telling somebody to hush, but the mouth makes kind of an O shape. So they often write it as shoo, but in this exercise, we don't say shoo, we say shh. Okay, so going to start to your right. I'll mirror you, so that's that way for me. How awkward that's going to be, but we'll try it. So you inhale, you sink down in your stance, and you punch to the right. Shh. Then make a big circle with that hand as you come back. This is the advanced form of the exercise, but I like it better. Then you go to your left, so you punch out. Shh. Make a big circle. Then that right hand is going to punch forward. Circle. The left hand punches forward. Good, and relax. We'll do the second round, but just to notice, as I'm punching out, my stance is sinking down. And what this is supposed to convey psychologically is that even as you have to be vigorous sometimes in life, you actually have to set a boundary. You want to do that from a grounded space. You don't want to be losing your center. So the Qigong as a mind-body training is trying to give your subconscious this symbol that you can be very dynamic and very rooted at the same time. All right, so let's practice that flow. We inhale, punching right, big circle, relax your face, and then open the eyes wide on your exhale. Inhale, relax, then open the eyes wide. You punch forward, and then the other hand punching forward. Inhale. Again to the right. To the left. Right hand forward. Open those eyes. Relax on the inhale. Left hand forward. And inhale. One more set. Here we go, right? Left. Right front. Left front. Inhale in. And we're going to do beating the drum 3 times. So it's as if you had a big kettle drum here. You're going to exhale and punch down. So ready? We inhale, punch down. Big inhale, you relax the face, and you get mean just for a split second. Punch. And one more time. And punch. Come on up, place your hands on a cloud, and let the cloud descend back down. Very good. Step your feet in, shoulder width. Last exercise, it's called jolting the body to shake away illness. And it is very easy to do. In Qigong theory, this actually appears to come from some of the older yogic traditions from India that came into China early in the time two millennia ago. But in those yoga traditions, you'll open up all these chakras and stuff, and then they often at the end, they'll do a posture that is said to settle all of those drops of bliss and nectar and healing medicine. They settle all of those drops back down into the center, as well as slough off tension from the body. So that's how we do this exercise. As I drop, I just want to feel like you just drop off any remaining tension, as well as you just settle anything inside that needs to be settled. So we'll do a few rounds. You're going to inhale in the balls of the feet, then keep your knees relaxed and drop on the heels. Good. The arms just swing a little, then inhale up and drop. Good. 3. We'll do 10 of these. 4. You don't have to drop too hard. You can cushion the fall a little. 5. 7. 8. 9. One more time. 10. Good. Then we'll do trembling horse. So inhale up the arm, shaking. Then exhale, shimmy down the body. 2. Up the arms. Exhale, down the body. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, down. Good. Pulling down the heavens 3 times. Inhale up. Exhale down with the sigh. 2. And 3. Drop into that Wuchi posture. Palms resting at your sides, eyes closed if that's comfortable for you, or open partway. Then once again, we'll become mindful of the body. And we can particularly notice, has anything changed since the last time you checked? Maybe in general, the way your body feels, or any of the specifics. And notice your breath. And notice your mind. Take a brief moment and just hold mindful awareness of all 3 together: body, breath, and mind. As you're ready, take a deep breath. Exhale, let the eyes open. And we'll finish our practice. So we'll do our traditional closing movements. Then we have a couple minutes left in case you have any questions, but let's finish the class officially. So palms up, this is called sealing the chi with 3 breaths. We inhale, dip into the earth, reach into the sky. And as you exhale, it's as if you're washing that energy through and around your body. Close your practice. Again, palms up, inhale, earth and heaven. Exhale like a waterfall of this sacred light pouring through and around your body. And one more time, inhale. And then this time you imagine like luminosity is forming around the body like an egg of light or a sphere of light that seals and protects all of the work that you've done on yourself. Okay, feet together. Right hand makes a fist, left hand open palm, and we bow from the heart and circle back, showing that connection in the heart. All right, thank you so much for joining in our practice. This was our Qigong Summer School Semester 2, 8 brocades. It only had 1 class in it, but I'll stay on for a minute in case there are any questions on that exercise. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. All right.